And it's time for Business Now with Kate Moody. Welcome to the set, Kate.
Hi, Shana.
Tell us that today we're talking about the tech sector and startups.
Exactly. That, of course, is one of the fastest growing and most exciting industries around, but also ones that's facing a lot of challenges in this difficult economic climate. Now, to talk more about that, we're joined today by Angélique Zettor, the founder of GenyMobile, which is a business software application. You're also the winner of the 2014 Ivy Award, which is presented here in France each year to a young entrepreneur under the age of 35 who's excelled in the tech sector. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, first of all, tell us a little bit about your business and how did you come to found it?
We created the company 3 years ago. GenyMobile aimed to adapt Android mobile operating system for professional use within solutions and consultancy activity.
Now, GenyMobile did just receive about $2 million in fresh financing, which is a rather rare thing to be able to do in this economic climate. What do you think are the challenges for other budding entrepreneurs who, like yourself, want to build a new business?
I think the main difficulty is to find money at the early stage of the company and to get enough visibility to do that.
And how do you do in terms of visibility? Are you getting a lot of visibility?
Yes, because we are in a market of with a very strong community of developers, so it's easier maybe for us than for other companies, but yeah, it's difficult.
That's great. And you were telling me earlier that this prize itself does add to that visibility in terms of the people that you've been able to meet.
Definitely, and it's a great way for us to have access of very great people like CEO of big company, and for a little company like us, it's so useful.
Angélique Zettor, thank you so much for joining us, for sharing those insights about this difficult economic climate. We're going to turn now to another technology startup, or at least what began as one. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg is in India. He's promoting his own social network, of course, but also advocating greater access to the internet. He'll be meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi later on this Friday. Shirley Sitbun tells us more.
Tech VIPs have been here in recent months. Their goal? Reaching its huge internet market. Out of the country's more than 1.2 billion population, only 243 million are online. This means that 1 billion potential users have yet to be connected. 1 billion extra clients for Facebook and its mobile messaging service WhatsApp. For Mark Zuckerberg, the target isn't too big.
I think that the market for WhatsApp should be in the billions, right? Definitely more than 1 billion people.
In order to reach all these potential users, Indian authorities will have to connect the remote villages. Mark Zuckerberg says he's ready to help.
When you bring internet to a country like India, you're not just helping the people who don't have access to the internet today, you really are improving the world for everyone else, too.
India's communications minister has said there's enormous scope for the expansion of Facebook in India. There's a need to work on education and health. The Internet.org app that Mark Zuckerberg is promoting in India will allow people in underdeveloped areas to access some basic online services, including, of course, Facebook.
Now we're going to turn our attention to the markets, which have been weighed down by warnings from the International Monetary Fund and the European Central Bank that the global recovery could be faltering. We're seeing losses across the board in Asia, the Nikkei extending a 3-day losing streak, hitting a fresh 2-month low. Hong Kong's Hang Seng also down quite heavily there. Trading has just begun here in Europe. We're also seeing red across the board there. Some data being released here in France showing that manufacturing actually remained stable in France after rising 0.3% in July. Investors around the world will be waiting to see if there are any signs of optimism about the global economy coming from the IMF meeting that's due to kick off later on this Friday.
Kate, let's finish with a controversy about women's pay. I have a hard time believing that this guy actually said this. The CEO of Microsoft said some strange things about how a woman should ask for more money.
Well, yeah, Satya Nadella is being accused of sexism. He was speaking to a forum that was celebrating women in the world of computing, but he seems to have misjudged his audience, perhaps. He said that women should just have faith in their good work to be that would be rewarded instead of asking for a salary raise. He said that patience would bring them good karma. This is a tech industry, of course, where women typically earn 78 cents for every dollar that a man makes. Now, Nadella has obviously been in a lot of hot water. He's since apologized for his comments on Twitter, saying that he was inarticulate and that the tech industry must close the gender pay gap so that a raise is not needed because of a bias.
Isn't that what women have always done? That they've always just worked well and hoped for the best and not asked for a raise?
That's what a lot of critics are saying. A lot of critics have been saying that women, in fact, need to do the opposite. Go in there, demand a raise. Some different advice from Mr. Nadella there.
All right, well, he needs to take a play from Florence Villamino. Back with the international news. Thank you so much for that, Business Kate. Kate Moody, and now